there's a good chance you're getting sloshed drunk. Okay, that's forgivable. Okay, I understand that. I understand that having, you have to shit sometimes when you're at the current. You know what I'm saying?
And it's even fucking funnier too when it starts chasing people. It develops a mind of its own.
That joke was so funny it fucking broke Jacob. He's just silent laughing.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to From the Crypt, where Derek does most of the work and I am just a feature.
And I'm here too.
Yeah, Toby's here again. No, I'm just kidding. Derek and I, we talk about movie franchises, and Derek does a fuck ton of movie reviews. And of course, we do special like top 5s, top 10s. And then, of course, we did our top 5 albums of 2024 just a few weeks ago. That's fun. That's up on Spotify and YouTube, so go ahead and check that out. With a
it's long too. I didn't realize how long it was.
Yeah, it's pretty long, but it's okay. We had 4 people talking about their top 5, so we had some discussions, and then Cody is just very what is the word?
Very well
Articulate. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Very articulate when he's discussing stuff that he's passionate about, and that's cool because he gave us some pretty deep dives into the stuff that he likes. And me, Toby, and Derek were just like, "This album good," and that was the end of it.
No.
No, everybody had a good time. That was a fun video. Those are always fun videos to do. I love doing our top 5 albums of the year. However, I do have to take a little bit of time really quick to make an amends. I'm not going to change my top 5, of course, because it's already set in stone, but I need to discuss something that I fucked up on so badly, and I felt destroyed after I realized what I did. But Fit for an Autopsy's new album from last year made my top 5, 1000%. As a matter of fact, it probably would have been my number 1 or number 2. Like, that's how serious it was, and I totally fucking spaced it like an idiot.
That's a
damn
big boof.
Yes, I boofed hard. So, I'll keep my top 5 the way it was, but if I were to amend it, it would be 2 or 1, and it would just push everything back, of course. I don't know how I forgot about that, because I listened to that album so many fucking times, many times on repeat. I was listening to it that day. I remember listening to it that day. And for whatever reason, Derek's been a witness to this, my dumbass brain forgot something extremely important that we should have discussed, and I did not discuss it. So,
oh, you mean like that time you forgot Ascendancy existed?
Yeah, one of my favorite albums of all time. Yes, I remember that. So
glad we're on the same page.
So if you all get a chance, definitely go check out The Nothing That Is by Fit for an Autopsy. It is a beautiful album. Absolutely just pounds your soul in the best of ways. It's such a fucking banger of an album. I was looking at Toby's shirt for a second and it says Fit For, and I was like, oh my god, really? And it's Fit For a King. Anyway, Fit For an Autopsy. Go check out their newest album. It's phenomenal. So
I think I had them as I think they were an honorable mention. If not, they should have been.
I don't think anybody mentioned their name once. That's why I didn't like pop into my head at the time. Because I told myself that day, I was like, okay, I need to go back. I need to amend my list really fast. I need to look and make sure everything is good. And I went back and looked at it, and I'm like, yeah, that's good. That looks good. And I forgot to write in Fit for an Autopsy because I think it came out kind of late last year. It came out fairly late. It was like November or something, I thought. So I think I forgot to go write it down. Let's see. October. Okay, so it wasn't super late, but it was like later in the year compared to some of the other albums that I'd have been listening to already. So I just forgot to go write it in my notepad, and yeah, I boofed that one really hard. But anyway, how are you guys doing? Derek, what you been up to? What you been listening to?
Been
all that good
tired,
stuff?
been sick.
Oh, good.
So that's it.
Damn, that's depressing.
Short and sweet. All right, Toby, what you been up to? What you been listening to? Playing anything?
Man.
Watching anything?
Well, I just started watching this Stephen King's The Stand miniseries that I didn't even know existed. I've never heard of it before in my life. Yeah, 94.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Nice.
Dude, it's so good. I just happened to stumble across it on YouTube, of all places. It was like the whole series was uploaded in one video. It's like a 6-hour-long video. And, yeah, it's great. I'm only like an hour, 2 hours into it, but
So good.
I'm fucking with it pretty hard.
Hell yeah. That's pretty cool. Been playing anything?
Yeah. No.
Been playing any games?
Marvel Rivals. That's about it.
Yeah.
I've been fucking up Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, I still need to get that. I just haven't had shit for time. I've been working on that WoW chill WoW stream series that I've been doing, and I got super caught up into that like religiously so, because at first it turned out to just be like a one-off thing to see if it got any views. It wasn't like anything too serious. And then I think it was like the last couple days that my parents were here visiting for Christmas break, I was like, man, I need to retouch up on that. I need to go and like start those again, just for the hell of it, to see if I can find some kind of like desire in this, because every once in a while I get in the mood, like I get in nostalgia moods where I just want to go back and play old games, and obviously for me, WoW is a big one. So I jumped on WoW, what I thought was WoW Classic, but I forgot that I switched it to Season of Discovery, which is technically Classic, but it's got like new stuff in the Classic game. For anybody that knows WoW, you know what I'm talking about, but anybody that hasn't played or hasn't played in a while anyway, you're probably like, I don't know what the fuck that means. Doesn't matter. It's not the same, but it's similar. It has the same sounds and look and feel and stuff. It just has some new stuff in it. So it's making the leveling process a little bit more fun, not as droning. And yeah, I started fucking doing this again. I was like, holy shit, this is actually super fun. And I just put out my Night Elf one, and it just has like 150, 160 something views already in a couple days. So I was like, holy shit, okay, maybe somebody is interested in some of these. And now that I put those shorts out from yesterday to kind of like get the ball rolling on those, I've started to get a few more views trickling in on the other ones as well. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, other than that, that's all I've been doing.
Well, that's fucking cool. Finally finding your niche. I like it.
Yeah, I hope, dude, if this could pick up and just like be something that people are interested in, I'd be satisfied. I know at a certain point I'll get capped out, and there will be way more limited amount of things that I could do with this, and I'd probably have to start either new characters or something. But I've got videos booked out for this series alone to like halfway through February. So, and I'm also done, or when we're done with this, I'm going to be recording another one. So that should take up January and February. Pretty good. So it's going to take some time to get through it. Most of the characters are only like level 16 or so right now. And I've been doing like 2-hour intervals. So I figured 2 hours is a good like put onto the background while you're studying kind of time. It's not too super long, but it's also not like super short where you have to keep on changing the videos and stuff. But I've also got them all in a playlist and stuff, so they can just kind of play through if people so desire. But anyway, yeah, I just fucking put on some Explore With Us on YouTube on my TV right here and play WoW, dude. That's all I've been doing. True Crime and World of Warcraft.
What more do you need?
Nothing.
Maybe a pizza.
Coffee
and pizza.
Yep.
That's all you need.
Yeah, I've been. That's another thing. Like doing 2-hour intervals. I can like stop after that 2 hours, go take care of the dogs, get some food, re-up on my coffee if I need it, or get a water or whatever. Maybe go on a walk or something. Come back, do it again. It's easy.
Oh yeah.
Easy and chill. But yeah, let's go ahead and I could ramble about that all day. But let's go ahead and get into the topic at hand. Derek, what are we discussing today, buddy?
Today we are talking about Saw 4, 5, 6, and depending if you want to be a dick, Saw 7, Saw 3D, Saw Final Chapter, whatever you want to title the garbage final film. Final film, I should say.
There's been a couple of final films in this series, it seems.
Yeah.
We're finally getting into the part 2 of the video that we started like
months ago,
6 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, I have for anybody that's like seen that video, I have a thumbnail made for it and everything. It's fucking awesome, and I've been wanting to use it for a while. But I think everybody just got super like busy with the holidays season and everything. So spooky season's busy for all of us because that's the best time of year, to be honest. The most wonderful time of year is spooky season. So, and then we got to take a little like 2-day break for Christmas, and then we go back to spooky season. So it's just a matter of like, we've just been super fucking busy. And then of course on Christmas Day, I went and seen Nosferatu with the family. And then Derek and Toby also seen Nosferatu as well, which we should definitely do a more in-depth review on that, the three of us, because boy, we got to talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
And the sooner we can do that one,
from that one,
the sooner we can do that, the better, because it's still, pretty hype right now. People are still talking about it. That'd be cool to throw in there sometime. But anyway, yeah, Saw 4, 5, 6, and 7 we are going to be discussing today. And then hopefully at some point we will get around to Jigsaw, Spiral, and X, or 10, right? And we will.
Yeah, Saw 10.
Yeah, we'll go from there. But I still have to watch those 3. I have not watched those 3 yet. Maybe I'll do that today. I'll put those on instead of some Explore With Us.
You're in for a treat because the 3 of those movies are significantly better than anything we're talking about today.
Oh, that's good.
2/3 of what he said is correct.
Okay, all of it except for maybe 6. 6 is like, all right.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about the 4. I'm talking about the 3.
Apparently, there's one of the 3 that you mentioned are not very good.
Derek doesn't like Spiral. I think Spiral is fun.
Okay. Well, I will be the unbiased
fucking
judge.
Samuel L. Jackson in it, bro.
I'll be the unbiased judge of that one then, because you guys are more sunken into the Saw series than I am. I will say this, okay? For as much shit as I used to give Saw, and I will be giving Saw 6, 7, or 4, 5, 6, and 7 plenty of shit, don't get me wrong.
Oh, there's a lot of shit to go around.
Yes, but I will say my watch through of the Saw series so far has been significantly more fun and more exciting and more anticipated than any of the Friday the 13th movies. I'm telling you, dude, that was a fucking slosh for me to get through, okay? And yes, I have some changed opinions. I have some changed points of view from watching them, as Derek and I have discussed in our many Friday the 13th videos that we put out now. I do have some more newfound respect and understanding of the series and why it even is a thing. But still, holy fuck. At least these, at the very, these movies, the Saw movies, have been a little bit more enticing to get through. At least a little bit more like, not plot heavy, because there is only so much of a plot that some of these even have, really, before it kind of blurs together, as we'll probably discuss a little bit in this one in particular, this video.
Yeah, it's real easy to start mixing them up, especially considering that, like, 3 through 6 all take place within, like, let's say a 4-day period at the absolute fucking most. Like,
yeah.
And, each movie is constantly, like, setting stuff up for future movies, but then also at the same time explaining shit that happened. Like, it's literally all over the fucking place.
Yeah. They could have just made one long, like, 20-hour movie, and we would have been fine.
Yeah, they could have made one movie.
The first one, all we needed.
as much as I did not like Saw 3, they should have just left it at a trilogy. Because Saw 3, even though I don't like Saw 3, the ending is where the franchise just fucking goes to hell. Like, and so that's...
Well, there's at least a good, solid, definitive end in Saw 3, you know?
Yeah.
Actually, before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead and put the spoiler thing up, just in case you cockholes have not fucking watched
seen the movies that
yet.
Came out in the 2000s.
Yeah, but just to cover our bases, we have our spoilers ahead.
If you're listening to a podcast episode about the Three Stooges talking about the fucking Saw franchise and you haven't seen the Saw franchise, what are you doing?
Yeah, go watch the Saw.
Click off this video, go watch the fucking whole series, and then come back and listen to us talk about it.
Yeah,
they're just looking for a reason to be pissed off, like they shoved a pine cone in their asshole.
That's exactly why I fucking put the thing up, just in case. Just in case. Go ahead.
I think, going back a little bit to what we were talking about, I think what happened was they made the first Saw movie with the Saw movie in mind. Like, they were just going to do the one movie. Yep. It did really well, so then they were like, oh, let's turn it into a trilogy. They made the two and three. And then 2 and 3 both did really fucking well. And they're like, fuck, we didn't plan this far ahead. Franchise.
Yeah.
And then they just started throwing shit at the wall to see what stuck. And unfortunately, it was a runny shit, and none of it stuck.
Most of it slipped down the wall.
Oh, yeah.
I think that it's very apparent when you get to Jigsaw dying in 3. That seems to me anyway as a definitive end to a trilogy. You know, you don't need to go any further than that. Even if you wanted to hint at something more, you know, like you can still hint that there's more out there, but leave it at that. You know, like just leave that little crumb trail for people to find, and then maybe in a couple of years, once people have had time to digest all of that, come back and revisit the topic. But I mean, they straight up just hit the ground running and literally open up with Jigsaw's autopsy and pull a fucking recorded message out of his colon. And I'm like, dude, let the man fucking sleep. Jesus Christ, dude. Let him sleep. Okay? Fuck me. We did not need to go any further. All right? Why are we going further?
Hold on. Speaking of going any further, Saw 4 was directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, and it was released on October 26th of 2007. This is, I guess, the final entry in Darren Lynn Bousman's Saw trilogy, because he did Saw 2, 3, and 4. Has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 18 with the critics and 62% with the audience. A budget of $10 million. A box office of $139 million worldwide. And the home gross of DVDs and Blu-rays, 32.7 estimated. Or 32.7 million estimated. Okay.
Damn. Yeah, see, this is...
Now continue on. Now we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, see, Derek and I were talking about this a little bit the other day. Like, these movies... I'm pretty sure all of these movies were, like... got pretty low review scores from critics, but every single one of these movies is a fucking box office juggernaut. They all made a fuck ton of money,
except 2 of them. Yeah,
I'm interested to know what two.
Which 2 did not make $100 million.
3D was another one. Was one?
No, 3D is actually the 4th highest grossing one of the franchise.
I remember 3D had a really intense fucking advertising campaign. That movie was hyped to fucking hell.
5 and 6.
And you also got to remember that was during the fucking everything had to be in fucking 3D time period. That fucking stupid.
Was it 5 and 6?
But 6 was one of them.
Was 3 the other one?
No, dude, 3's the highest grossing one out of the whole franchise.
Oh damn.
Spiral. Who would have thought?
6 and Spiral.
Right? Fuck.
It was a COVID movie.
Spiral didn't make shit for fucking money, and it is the lowest grossing fucking one of the franchise.
It was a COVID movie.
Damn.
Ah,
All right.
2021. It was a COVID movie.
excuses.
Okay. Now I have to watch it. Is it streaming anywhere? Spiral streaming anywhere?
I don't know.
Probably.
I was gonna do Spiral next.
Hulu. It's on Hulu.
Okay. Wait.
Oh, yeah, it
Spiral.
is.
Spiral. Jigsaw. Then 10. Or
It's
is it
Jigsaw, then Spiral, then 10.
Okay. Never mind.
But
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead with the opening scene and the fucking autopsy and shit.
okay, so the opening like trap, I definitely won't lie. I've always been a fan of that one. The
Mausoleum.
speak no evil, see no evil, and fighting to the death. Yeah, I like the opening was good. The autopsy. Now, like I said, 3 is where this franchise fucked up. 3 is where this franchise screwed the pooch hard. And 4, they literally tried to just pick up the pieces the best they could, and man, like
They used Elmer's glue to glue it all together.
you're being kind with saying Elmer's glue. There are certain things about this movie that I do really enjoy. Like the fact that over the course of 2, 3, and 4, the main characters kind of from that trilogy of movies did get their focus in the games. Like Carrie did in 3, Eric did in 2, Rig did in this one. Because you kind of wonder, like, oh, is this motherfucker going to get his time to shine? And he did. Even if the traps or the games were kind of lame with just becoming an apprentice to Jigsaw. Like,
Yeah.
so like I like the fact of what this movie did, but its actual execution could have been so much better, I guess.
Agreed.
Where I'm getting at.
Yeah,
Three
plot doesn't.
the whole franchise. It really did.
Yeah, it really kind of did.
And then Spiral licked the cum out of its asshole.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was the final chapter, or 7, or 3D that actually just plopped one on its own belly. let's be honest about it.
Why did I not know there was an unrated director's cut of Saw 4?
There's probably an unrated director's cut of all of them.
There is actually an unrated director's cut of all of them because I have them all on Vudu.
What?
I wonder what the difference is.
Yeah,
I
no
don't know,
shit. They're all pretty grisly fucking movies, dude.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't even tell you without looking them up. But then again, like Saw isn't like Toby's. You know, like Nightmare on Elm Street's mine. Saw is Toby's. So
I'll take that.
It's not like that. Like I can pay that close attention to every detail.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the traps in 4?
I love the mausoleum trap quite a bit. I thought that was pretty cool, where they're going back and forth on the chain. And then, like you said, the face knife trap thing from the fucking crackhead. I thought that was pretty fun.
That is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, trap in the entire series. It's
so simple.
It's definitely in my top 5. Because it's just so simple.
Yeah, it's just simple, and it gets the point across, and it literally fucks your shit up.
And it looks intimidating too, even though it is so simple. It looks intimidating.
It's also a pain that everybody can kind of relate to. Like we've all cut ourselves on something at some point in our life. So like having to like force your face through a wall of knives. Yeah, fuck that.
And then get pissed off and then jump into like a thing of fucking barbed wire. Yeah.
The way he just picks up, like Jigsaw just like sees him writhing in the fucking barbed wire, and he just picks up his notepad and starts doodling. That's so funny.
The fucking what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there's traps like the one from 3D where it's like so absolutely completely unhinged with Chester and the other skinheads and stuff like that. Yeah. And there's also traps which I think it's the one in 5 where It's the one we were talking about where you had to hold your breath, and it was like crushing your ribs. Like so
that
fucking
was 6. Yeah.
Something so elaborate like that, right? But then you get something like this knife one, which is super simple. It looks way more intimidating, but it's not as grand, you know. It's not as like fucking elaborate, and there's no like fucking crazy mechanical shit going on, you know. But holy shit, dude! Like I just, it's nuts. It's nuts.
One thing
I'm gonna be honest.
Go ahead, Toby.
Those two, the mausoleum and the knife chair, are the only 2 traps in this entire movie that I can remember.
There was the fat guy pedophile, or not pedophile, the fat guy that was like a
rapist or
oh yeah.
That
one pisses me off. That one pisses me off because like the concept of it seems so fucking gnarly, but you don't actually get to see it.
Maybe in that the director's cut one, maybe.
It kind of all just happens off screen. Like you see little flashes of what's happening, but
you don't see it ripping him fucking apart. Like, even in the director's cut.
Arguably, he's probably the one guy in the entire series that deserves it the most.
Yeah, you want to see him get it. So like the trap itself was cool, you know, just like, oh, just push these buttons and then, you know. But then to not show it, like,
in a movie like Saw, the same argument can be had about Friday the 13th. When I was talking about this, you cannot have off-screen deaths. I also talked about this when we were talking about Terrifier 3. You cannot have off-screen deaths in a movie like this. Yeah. Like, it's just pointless. It's absolutely pointless. There was also the couple that were getting shot by arrows, I think, was in this one.
Yeah.
Oh, they had to, they were impaled on rebar or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, and
rip them out.
All of his were in major arteries, but hers wasn't, and she had to remove them to break herself away.
Wasn't she? No, they were arrows, weren't they?
I think they were just long pieces of
I thought
metal.
Metal tubes or fucking rods
that were getting shot out of something.
No,
they were already they were tied up back to back, and they were already impaled through
okay.
Yeah, that one you didn't get to see. That one,
that one's already done and set up or something.
Yeah, because she had all but one of them removed, and then Rig you got to save yourself or whatever, and then hits the fucking fire alarm. But that one I'm not super mad about, because not seeing that it wasn't Carnage Candy that I missed out on. It's they're literally just standing there doing this.
Yeah.
It's not watching a guy getting ripped fucking limb from limb, which that's a whole nother fucking statement on my psyche, and apparently everybody else's as well, that we want to see that.
What was the chick that was
the chick that was getting scalped?
Yeah, her hair thing and pulled back. Oh, dude, I know that.
Fuck that noise. Fuck that noise.
Hell no. That was rough. Oof.
A couple things that I did that I definitely need to mention about this one. Agent Strom and Agent Perez are introduced in this movie, and Agent Strom is a fucking badass. And we'll talk more about that later.
Her name is Brenda.
And then I don't know if you guys knew this, but back when this movie came out, me and my friends, we had a tradition. We went to Quincy and we went and saw these opening night. We did it 1 through 6. By the time 7 hit, fuck 7. But we did not fully pick up on the fact that this was not a consecutive sequel, but a concurrent sequel with 3. Because even right at the end, or towards the end, the way it's shot, you're thinking oh, maybe Jeff found a way out of the room and is wandering around looking for his daughter. Not that he hasn't even made it to the room yet. So the kind of surprise or twist that 3 and 4 are running concurrently absolutely love that. One of the things that I love the most about the movie is that it is running with 3.
That type of thing doesn't happen enough in movies and games and shit, because it's the same kind of concept as Resident Evil 2 and 3. They're happening like at the same time, basically.
Yes.
Same type of shit
I always thought that was cool.
with like Trick or Treat, where there's like 4 or 5 stories going at once, and they all kind of meet in the middle. Just done in 2 separate movies, and that is pretty cool. I love it when movies do that.
One of the notes I have written down is Strum killed Jeff. Fuck yeah.
Which one was Jeff?
The dad from 3.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, Jeff. Just your cage is made of sticks, brother. Just kick it apart. And he just fucking knocks the box off of the fucking forklift.
And then I loved Detective Matthews in 2. Thought Donnie Wahlberg was awesome, and I did not want to see him die, but he's in a fucking Saw movie. You know damn good and well he's going to die.
Yeah, there's
it was fucking sweet though.
There's like, no holding out hope for anybody. Oh, the fucking hammered.
Yeah, the ice block.
Giant fucking ice blocks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually didn't pick up on the fact that was Detective Matthews for the first like 2 or 3 times that I saw this movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck I missed that, but I remember watching this movie, like, I had already seen it a couple times, and I started watching it, and I was like, holy fuck, that's Eric.
One of those. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I think it's just because he's got, like, the beard, and he doesn't, like, he's always been presented as this, like, strong-willed character, and he's kind of broken down and defeated in this movie, so...
Oh, yeah. I mean, broken down. I mean, we saw what happened at the beginning of 3 with the toilet seat. Or not the toilet seat, but the top of the toilet.
Yeah. Is this the one where Hoffman gets the bear trap, or is that the next one?
I don't even think...
No, it's not the next one. Oh, it's 6. Okay. Oh, damn, is it really? Yeah.
No,
he gives it to...
Yeah, this is the one where Hoffman is revealed to be the accomplice.
Right.
Which wasn't a big fucking twist, considering you watched him literally steal evidence in Saw 3.
Yeah.
Just the asshole of this franchise. Where everything went wrong.
Yeah.
So when it would revealed him, like, just stands up, it's like... Woo.
Surprise.
Woo.
Yay. Yeah. No, I thought the same thing.
Yeah. Just like, and I've even in Saw 3 when they first showed him, I don't know, there's something about him I don't like. And
I thought that I was in the minority not liking his character because of the fact that he was so recurring.
No,
I didn't look into his character or like discussion about his character because he just kept reoccurring. So I was like, man, am I the only one that doesn't like him? Because I would have fucking killed him off 2 movies ago. Why the fuck is he still here?
Yeah,
nobody likes him.
Oh, that's okay. Glad to clear that.
He straight up sucks.
Very odd. Yeah. Do you guys have any final words on Saw 4 so we can?
Ultimately, I do really enjoy this one. Like I said, the ideas that they're going for are better than what was actually executed on screen, so I guess I can kind of give it a pass. Yeah. And just like I said, the fact that the storytelling was so good with 3 and 4 running concurrently, love that, and I still love the fact that it actually like made me like, oh shit, what?
Right.
So yeah, I do enjoy Saw 4.
Nice. Toby, what you got? Final thoughts on 4?
Nothing. I have nothing. This movie is one of the most forgettable in the series for me.
Damn. Nice.
But not as forgettable as the next one.
Oh, we're going to talk about it.
All right. So, Saw 5.
All right. Saw 5, released October 24th, 2008. It is directed by David Hackle. Has a Rotten Tomato score of 13% from the critics and 52% from the fans. We're going to pause this. How the fuck did 52% of the fans like this movie? Back with it. The budget was $10.8 million. The box office gross, I got two different numbers. It was either 113.9 or 118.2 million. And then home video gross was 28.8 million, which what the fuck? That's according to thenumbers.com too, by the way.
You guys are the reason we get shit like fucking Saw 3D. You guys are the reason, you fucking assholes. Jesus Christ.
This is, like, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. This movie I hate this fucking movie. I literally despise this movie.
Everything down to the acting in this movie just pained me. I mean, it was pretty bad.
I'm so glad you brought up the acting, because that was one of the biggest complaints that I had on this movie, specifically with the dark-haired chick. I talked about this. Julie Benz. I talked about this with Derek when we watched these movies initially. This woman, I only know her for two things. Derek mentioned that she possibly has some movies that she's decent in, but I only know her in two movies. This and Punisher Warzone, and she is awful in both of them.
I forgot about Punisher Warzone because there was like a little window back, like, I can't remember, it might have been like 2007 to 2010, that Lionsgate was just throwing Julie Benz in anything. So she was in Rambo with Sylvester Stallone. Not very good. Also not as bad as this. Boondock Saints 2, which she was awful in. This, which she was awful in. I completely fucking forgot about Punisher Warzone, though.
I didn't even know she was in Boondock Saints 2. That's fucking wild.
Yeah, she's the chick that takes over after Willem Dafoe's character. Like,
oh, shit. Nice.
Yeah, that's her. But Julie Benz was fucking great in Dexter. Like, that is the only thing I've seen her in that I was like, oh my god, she was awesome. I absolutely fucking loved her in Dexter, but anything else she's been in, awful. She cannot act, and that sucks to say. It's not nice.
There's got to be a point in, because we can't be the only three people that think that. Like, we can't be the only three people that think that. There's got to be a point in your career where you've seen feedback, and you've seen what people say about your acting and stuff, where you're just like, you know what, maybe acting ain't my thing, you know, maybe I should go to voice acting or something else in the field, maybe directing or producing or editing or something, you know, maybe the acting part is just not your thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like, there's no shame in that. Okay. I am not an actor. I never claimed to be an actor. So obviously I'm not speaking on that for myself, but I'm speaking for like, when I was at a call center, for example, I may have been good at it, or I may have been okay at talking to people, but I wasn't good at selling things. So I was like, you know what? Maybe this isn't me. This is not for me. So I left. I went back to retail because I know that retail is my strong suit. I know that I'm good at stuff in retail. I'm good at, like, leading a team and managing a team and stuff. So I was like, maybe that's my forte. As much as I probably wanted to get out of retail, call centers were not the thing to do. So...
yeah, call centers suck.
You know what I mean? Like, some people are into that shit. Some people don't like the face-to-face interactions with people, and some people thrive off of just, you know, selling things. Whatever. Teach their own. Yeah. Maybe acting is just not
some people are scared of an honest day's work, too.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. I think we also need to talk about John Travolta's cousin here. Whoever the fuck this guy is, hated him.
I'm an investigative journalist.
Oh, the fucking British guy?
Absolutely. Awful, dude.
I'm gonna be honest. He was my favorite character in the movie.
Strom was in this movie. Fuck off.
That's not saying.
Nah, he's my favorite character in this movie.
No, Strom. Who's a fucking baller? Okay. He trains himself. Okay. He tricked himself with a bic, all right?
This guy is my favorite character in the game.
Okay.
Like, in that, like, game that they're playing.
The group of
That's acceptable because you're just basically picking between 5 different piles of human feces. And
I used to.
It was the least runny or the least nutty one in the book.
It is kind of funny. Like, I mentioned that this movie is super forgettable, but there was one line out of this movie that stuck with me for some fucking reason, and I used to use this line when I would play Call of Duty online and I'd hear somebody on the other team like bitching and complaining or like shit talking or whatever, I would get on the mic and I'd go, "It's a game, tweaker."
Oh my god.
God, Jesus Christ, dude. So bad, dude. So bad. They're all awful. I'm not gonna lie, they're all awful, but
Yeah.
I couldn't stand him. I couldn't stand the dark-haired chick. I couldn't stand the tweaker. He also was just like grinding my gears the whole fucking movie. The black girl, I can't remember her name either. I can't remember any of the
Megan
names.
Good.
Yeah.
Megan Good was passable because she's
all right.
been in a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
like
she's
I
all
didn't,
right.
I wasn't annoyed with her.
Yeah.
Like Julie Benz takes that fucking cake and
easily.
shoves it, and she takes the cake, sits on it, and then farts on it. That's what she does.
Oh, God.
No, not only did we get a new game, which I'm going to ask you guys this question because I kind of did figure out the answer, but at first, when I watched Saw 5, I could not remember. What was the point of this fucking game? What was the point of the 5?
Zero.
I have no idea.
Okay, so it is revealed in Saw 6 what the point of the fucking game is. But now, how is this, like, I was asking myself, how is this game fucking connected to anything that fucking matters? Because the first one was obviously Jigsaw and his doctor, Dr. Gordon. Then Detective Matthews talking with Jigsaw. Then in 3, Lynn is taking care of Jigsaw. In 4, they're trying to make Rig Jigsaw's apprentice. This, 5 random people burned a building down. Okay, moving on. Insurance company that screwed over Jigsaw. Then the guy who lied about being in a Jigsaw trap. Like, I was literally like, how the fuck is this even connected? None of this makes any sense. But then in 6, they let it slip that Agent Strom and Agent Perez investigated these 5 people. So, I still don't get it because...
It's still a miss of a fucking movie, and you could take it out of the franchise and nothing changes.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? What that probably... You know what that kind of feels like? It kind of feels like they fucked up and just like I said earlier, this is like the era of Saw where they were just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks because they needed a franchise. So they probably made this fucking movie and they were like, yep, done, dusted, ship it. And then it got to theaters and people watched it and they were all like, what the fuck is the point of this? And then they were like, oh shit, we didn't give it a point. We didn't actually make this connect at all. We'll start 6 with the explanation.
Wait a minute, what was the point? You're right. What a good question.
Yeah, we didn't explain anything. How did that get by all of us?
Oh, I forgot.
Are we high on computer duster?
I forgot that Jigsaw is the glue that binds all these fucking movies together. We should probably throw him in there somewhere. Ah, wow.
And then they introduce a new cop to his FBI. Agent Erickson, which I don't know why, because I'm not a bully, but I want to bully him. I want to shove him into a locker, give him a wedgie, and just fucking give him a swirly. I don't know why, but he just, I want to deliver one of these right into his suck hole. And he just annoys me because, I think because he's a bitch. I don't know. He's not Strom. Strom is a man's man. All right. And don't even get me fucking started on how Strom dies, which is just fuck this piece of shit movie. That's my final thoughts on this movie. I fucking hate this movie.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
This was the movie where he had the water tank on his head and he had to
trick.
Yeah,
that is the only memorable scene in this entire movie.
I feel like I need to get Agent Strom's face tattooed right over my heart.
Jesus Christ. No, get it on your throat to symbolize the trig.
Yeah, that'll wind up with me getting divorced.
Jacob just packs his bags by himself and leaves. He's like, you're not my dad anymore. I can't believe you.
Better yet, just get the hole. Just get the fucking hole in the throat with a little bit of blood.
No, get a big pen tattooed along your throat.
Shit.
just to
Yeah,
symbolize
so
how
it
we
looks
did it.
like it's fucking stabbing in.
That's kind of hard, not gonna lie.
That is kind of hard.
Anyway, yeah. I think I forgot to mention this for Saw 4, but I think one of the biggest things with Hoffman being brought into these movies at all, well, at least to the degree that he was, because of like him needing to be Jigsaw's apprentice or becoming Jigsaw's apprentice, I think that takes away a lot from what's her face, the Amanda, yeah. I think that takes away a lot of her like importance, you know, and that's a shame because Amanda's character was significantly better in every way. And
Amanda's dead by this point, though, isn't she?
Yeah, but so is Jigsaw, and he's still living vicariously through these people that are, you know, that are not dead. I don't see any reason why they couldn't have, because she got shot, right? She got shot, and it was in her stomach or something, wasn't it? It wasn't like, was it? Wait.
No, she got shot in the fucking neck by Jeff, the dumbass.
In the neck. Okay. Well, either way, she could have been saved. I've seen people getting shot in the face that's survived. Like, not
but you know, another thing that's awesome is we find out that fucking Hoffman was basically the fucking architect behind that whole bullshit too.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think that takes away a lot of Amanda's importance. And I personally would have liked to see Amanda being saved in Saw 4 instead of revealing that Hoffman was behind the whole thing, you know. It wouldn't have been as much of a quote-unquote reveal as they were trying to make with Hoffman, even though it wasn't really a big reveal anyway. But it still would have been a better story, I think. They could have developed her character a lot more. They could have gone into her character a lot more. And they would have been able to avoid the whole Hoffman thing entirely. Maybe have Hoffman cracking down on Jigsaw's stuff a little bit more, and then Amanda's the one that ends up taking him out would have been cool, I guess. I don't know how I would have done it, but having Amanda there as a more pivotal role in the assistance of Jigsaw would have been way better than fucking Hoffman's bitch ass any day.
I think everybody in the fan base for these movies would agree with you on that.
Yeah, even listening to her at that panel at the Silver Scream Con, she was talking about how she wishes they could have explored her character more, and I couldn't agree more, you know. But anyway, yeah. I'm rambling about a different movie entirely. But Saw 5, yep. Poo-poo doo-doo, not good, very forgettable. I think one of the few things that I remembered, other than the trach and the fucking fish tank, was the initial trap that the people playing the game are in, where they're like chained to that fucking wall with the axe blades and stuff. I thought that was kind of cool, but
the handsaw.
Yeah. Oh, the handsaw was pretty fucked as well.
Yeah. Especially just seeing that dude at the end, and it's like fucking all the way down. That was the only good thing to come out of the main game.
Yeah.
As far as that first trap goes, the chain around the neck with the saw blades behind you, or the razor blades behind you, they improve on that in a later movie.
Yes, they do.
One that I haven't seen, or one that I have seen?
One that you have not seen yet.
Okay, good.
They do almost that exact same trap, but it's just better.
Okay, good. I was like, I don't remember them doing anything in the other movies, but if it's one I haven't seen yet, I'm looking forward to that, because I actually like that trap a lot. Anyway, Toby, unless you got anything else, closing wise, I think Derek and I both have said our piece on 5.
Yeah, 5 can eat my nuts.
All right, well said.
It's a game, Weeka.
All right. Rest in hell, fucking Saw 5, you bastard.
Dirty
all right.
fuck.
So, released October 23rd, 2009, Saw 6, directed by Kevin Grutert. It has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 39% with critics and 51% with the audience. So let me just go back. 1% more like Saw 5 than 6. This is what's wrong with the world and why we need to be destroyed.
Get out of here, dude.
Not even joking. This world needs to come to an end.
You guys are the problem. Fuck dude. Come on.
The budget was $11 million. Box office gross was $69.8 million, which at the time was a franchise low. And then the home video gross was $13.4 million. So let me ask you guys this, because I know you're both young and I'm old. Do you guys remember the show on VH1 called Scream Queens?
No.
Yep.
Thank you, Toby. So,
How did the younger of the two of us say it?
I don't know.
I have my finger on the horror pulse more than you do.
Yeah, that's fair. Especially at the time, like growing up, I did not watch any horror. So
I didn't really watch Scream Queens a whole lot, but I'm aware of its existence. Yes.
I did watch the first season because I was like, "Fuck yeah!" It's on VH1, which I watched all the time back then.
I am familiar with VH1.
Rock of Love is a guilty pleasure. And
I have seen Rock of Love
multiple times for this guy. Toby, what's up? Do I need to buy you the DVD box set?
Please.
No, correct me if I'm wrong. Rock of Love
Was trash TV. Yeah.
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 Oh God.
It's Brett Michaels, isn't it?
Brett Michaels, yeah, that's the one.
Rock of Love.
God, that fucking show made me want to fucking off myself.
Dude, it's up there with
Toby clips from now on.
It's up there with Flavor of Love too. Fucking
Flavor Flav. Freaking yeah, but no, that was a guilty pleasure TV show. It's definitely trash and smut TV. It's awful. It's so bad. But man, is it fucking fun. But anyways, VH1 was doing a reality game show with a bunch of different actresses, and the winner got to appear in Saw 6, and then for the second season, the winner got to appear in Saw 7. Now, I did not care for the chick who won season 1. I thought the chick who finished the runner-up should have won. But it is the black chick at the beginning that cuts her arm off.
Oh.
She won the competition, and I remember she had like no acting training or anything. Was just going in there winging it, and I was like, "Oh my God, I can't with her acting. It's not as bad as Julie Benz in 5, but it's also not good either." But yeah, that's a fun little nugget for something people may not have known.
Now I have to go watch this.
God, what else?
What's it called? Scream Queens?
Scream Queens. Yeah. Now, the thing about type in VH1 because there was a Scream Queens show on Fox in like the mid 2010s that was actually fucking hilarious and awesome in all the right ways.
Hell yeah.
But part of the reason Saw 6 did not have the best run in the theater, you guys want to guess what movie it was going up against? The Juggernaut.
What year was this?
2009.
2009? I remember 9 came out that year, but it definitely wasn't the Juggernaut.
Yeah. No.
What else came out in 2009?
It wasn't the Dark Knight, was it? No, that was 2008.
No, it was a horror movie that was made on a budget of like $15,000.
Insidious.
Nope, that was 2010.
Fuck. What the fuck was it?
Paranormal Activity.
That makes sense.
Really?
Yeah, that was a big one. That actually, from being 100% honest, that was a fucking huge one.
Oh,
I do remember that.
District 9 also came out that year as well.
District. Don't get me wrong, District 9's good. But money-wise, it did not make as much as Paranormal Activity.
That's wild. Because I thought District 9 was phenomenal, but...
Oh, dude, I wanted Alien 5, and I'm blanking on the director's name right now. Chappie, Elysium, District 9.
Neil Blomkamp,
thank you. Total brain fart on that one. Yeah, because Charlito Copley was really good in District 9.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, two ongoing themes, or two themes running throughout Saw 6 that are still definitely very, very true today is themes of, just expensive fucking housing and a healthcare system that is beyond fucked up and needs to be ripped to the fucking studs and started over. Because it's garbage. And it doesn't work for the people that actually fucking need it. This movie hits the nail on the fucking head.
Free Luigi.
Suck my dick! All right.
Yeah, no, this movie is
a very, very, very on the nose.
Yes.
Especially for any CEOs in healthcare
Okay, just fucking move on. We're gonna you're both gonna get us in trouble. I am trying not to say the obvious fucking part. The healthcare system in this country
is fucked.
Is absolute fucking garbage. And
this is a direct comparison. It has to be a direct comparison because holy shit.
And it is nice to watch these motherfuckers suffer. That's all I'm going to fucking say. For all the people that they make suffer, if I could, I'd tie most of them onto a big ass fucking carousel.
And you know what?
Same.
They suffer in some of the best traps in the entire series.
Yes,
this movie has so many good fucking traps.
Yeah.
Yes.
The chick hanging with the barbed wire.
Intense.
The fucking carousel.
Yep.
The fucking rib crusher.
Tanks,
Yep.
the rib crusher, yeah. Even the one at the beginning where she has to cut her arm off, they have to, I think the goal of the game is they have 2 scales, and they have to...
It's essentially
whoever puts
flesh.
Yeah, whoever puts more flesh on the scale, yeah. All of the traps in this movie are fucking phenomenal. I think the only one that was kind of boring, in my opinion, was the one we were talking about, Jacob, where she has to crawl through the boiler room or whatever.
Yeah, and there's like heaters and stuff all over the walls, like burners or whatever. Yeah.
If anything, I would still put that like on the lower end of good, but still in good.
Yeah.
Just because at the end it was like fucking her going after him with the fucking circular saw. It's like, bitch, calm your fucking self.
Yeah.
You killed your fucking self at this point.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, no, this one was a significant step up, I think, from 4 and 5, like quite a bit. At least the traps were cool. The story, I think, was a little bit better compared to 4 and 5. Well, 5 is irrelevant in this whole conversation because of how like removed it was from the story. And then the absolute jerry-rigged fucking like explanation in this movie for what 5 was relevant for. Like, I don't know. This one was just way better, in my opinion, than the other 2 that we've talked about so far.
So this movie is definitely one of more... It's higher up in my ranking, 100% for sure. This is a very, very good solid movie. I do have a few issues with this movie. First off, Umbrella Health, what up? Gotta make a shout out for Umbrella.
Facts.
I'm surprised Toby didn't beat me to that, if I'm being...
I actually forgot. I forgot that that's what it was called.
What?
Yeah, that's kind of fucking funny.
Universe crossover?
Anyway, what?
Universe crossover?
If only.
Do you think Umbrella Health provides like prescriptions and shit for Umbrella Pharmaceuticals?
Yes.
I don't see why not.
Yes.
But, no, one major issue that I do have with Saw 6 is with the fucking FBI in this fucking movie. They pissed me off to no fucking end in this goddamn movie.
I don't remember.
Because, oh, dude, Erickson and fucking Perez, they are like literally bending over backwards to fucking fondle Hoffman's asshole the entire movie. And just from my life of watching any movies ever that involve regular ass police and then the FBI does not give a flying fuck about you. So why the fuck in this movie do they all of a sudden, hey, we're gonna work together? Oh, like, and then there was a part where Hoffman, you led me to believe that Agent Perez was dead. Somebody that I don't even work with exclusively or anything. You lied to me. I feel betrayed by you. You have more power than me. Oh, we're sorry. We'll tell you everything now. You'll be in the know. No, fuck that. The FBI would not fucking roll like that. So that really pisses me the fuck off that this shit happens in this movie.
That's fair.
You know,
That's fair.
I didn't make this connection until you were doing your little reenactment there. But I think the reason I don't like Hoffman, like in any of these movies, is because he reminds me of Steven Seagal.
Oh my god.
Like, if you were to take the actor that plays Hoffman out of these movies and just replace him with Steven Seagal, I'm pretty sure you'd get the same effect.
You would get significantly better movies, is what you would get. Significantly better movies.
I'm gonna stand by that. I agree.
They wouldn't.
You put Steven Seagal in as Agent Hoffman.
They wouldn't. They wouldn't be horror movies anymore. They'd be action comedies, but it would still be better movies in general.
Imagine the end where he gets into the glass coffin. It's like that whole scene plays out exactly the same, except he doesn't get into the coffin at all. He just beats fucking Strom's ass. He's just like standing still, just beating his fucking ass.
Yeah. Oh god, dude. I'm telling you, dude, I want to see that happen. Can we get some banger YouTube editors to like YouTube that shit together, like edit that shit together? Just replace Hoffman with Steven Seagal from his movies, please, dude. Please. Yeah. If we can put Bully Maguire into literally any movie franchise of all time, we can put Steven Seagal in fucking any of the Saw movies. Let's make it happen.
Hashtag Sawgal.
Sawgal. You know what? I know we're doing an episode on Saw, but real quick, I just want to remove Saw from the conversation entirely. Can somebody make me a fucking YouTube edit of Bully Maguire versus Steven Seagal? Like, please.
Oh my god.
Please, Lord. Please, Lord. If you're listening, please make this happen.
Hashtag give us Sawgal.
Give us Steven Seagal, please.
Oh my god.
I'm actually gonna put that in the hashtag of this. I'm dead serious.
Steven Seagal.
Sawgal.
Steven Seagal.
Okay, moving on from just
let's
wild
get back to business.
fever dreams that now will haunt my nightmare.
Okay, hold the fuck on. Hold on. There's no fucking way that I just had to look it up.
Video real fucking quick.
Steven Seagal versus Bully Maguire is literally a YouTube video that was posted a year ago, and it has 431 views.
Send it to the chat. You know what to do.
Oh, I'm already on it.
Send it to the chat. So you know it's got to be a thing.
Oh shit, wrong chat. There we go.
Oh, that was my mom.
Yeah, quick shout out to the Gelatin Bros YouTube channel for making this dream a reality. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.
Anyway, carry on.
I think Bully Maguire wants the punani. Okay. Anyways.
God.
No, so the main game throughout we kind of already touched on. Great traps all throughout, and it was awesome. Like, easily probably one of the better main games, especially with the 4 that we're talking about today. And the scene where John's treatment gets denied is legitimately just so fucking powerful. Just with everything that John says, especially like with God, what was it? I'm gonna butcher it, but like, do you think that something about the dead having final say in you or whatever, or the dead don't speak for you or something? When ultimately we know the dead do fucking speak for him because of the dude's family that's in there that pulls the fucking switch to kill the executive. But that just scene and just the dialogue in general really proved that insurance companies are 1000% the fucking devil. And this is coming from a guy that used to be a licensed insurance agent.
Let's see.
Fucking hate them.
I was gonna...
You think it's the living who will have ultimate judgment over you because the dead will have no claim over your soul, but you may be mistaken.
Yeah. That's the one.
Very, very powerful.
Good stuff. That's good
stuff. And then lastly, in my notes anyway, I hate the scene when they find out about fucking her. Because we have already fucking established the fact that I thought that whole thing was fucking stupid, that the FBI was literally bending over backwards to give him a stranger handy you know, to keep him involved. So that whole thing, and then Hoffman just turned John Wick, essentially, was not fucking cool with. And I know it wasn't Jigsaw, because Jigsaw was perfectly planned and thought out with everything. And that scene obviously reeked of fucking desperation, something fierce, which is something the franchise really honestly hasn't done or needed to do up until this point. But I fucking did not like that at all.
You're talking about the scene where they figure out it's him and he kills the whole room of FBI agents?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that scene.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
This is also the movie where he gets the bear trap, right?
Yeah, at the end.
And he puts his face through the fucking window in the bars, and it stops the trap from opening all the way, and he escapes.
Yeah. So fuck out of space.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, much better than 4 and 5. Still not as good as 1 and 2, though, by any stretch.
I did quite like the twist ending at the end of this movie, too, where the whole movie you're led to believe that the wife and her kid are the insurance guy's wife and kid, but it turns out that they're actually the wife and kid of somebody who he denied and ended up killing, in a sense.
Yeah, he was responsible for the death of their husband slash father. Yeah.
Love that. Yeah, they played with the expectations, and so when they it's like, oh, he made it to his family, and then they're like, why are you fucking here, or whatever. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the kind of twist ending that I expect. I was expecting every Saw movie to have, and unfortunately, they missed the mark on most of them.
That's also probably the grossest fucking kill in the series up to this point.
Yeah.
Like,
stuff.
Dude, he gets it hard.
He fucking deserved it worse.
Dude gets turned into a fucking... What did I say earlier? He gets turned into a fucking melted ice cream cone?
Melted strawberry ice cream, yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
You also can't talk about Saw 6 without mentioning the infamous de-aging of John Kramer with the backwards hat.
Was the backwards hat in 6?
I think so. Yeah, because he was talking.
I know for a fact it's in 7.
Maybe it was 7. Oh, it was 7.
Yeah.
It was 7. Yeah, you're right.
100, because when I was going through, I was looking for it, and I was like, I'm fucking seeing it. But in Saw 7, when he's getting his book signed, he's got the backwards hat on.
Yeah, it is 7.
So, because I even have that in my notes. Hold on. What is it? Backward cap John, baby!
Yeah, that sounds like a good segue. Yeah, there he is.
Look at this man.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Like all his backwards hat.
He's got fucking style. That's what I'm calling him.
That sounds like a good enough segue into 7.
Yes. Saw 7 released October 29th, 2010, directed by Kevin Grutert again. This has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 9% from the critics. Woo! And 41% of the audience liked it. How? Fucking how? This is worse than 5.
This is pretty bad.
Anyways, budget of $17 million. Box office gross of $136 million. And then home box office gross with video sales, $15.1 million estimated. Literally first note I have written for this movie. This movie is straight up ass.
It's not good.
This is my least favorite in the entire franchise.
I would probably have to agree with you.
Yeah, not to spoil anything for a future ranking, this is hands down the worst Saw. So,
this one's pretty rough. It's pretty
Here's
rough.
the thing.
This fucking sucks.
We have been doing 3D movies since, the fucking 80s. Name me one good 3D movie.
Spy Kids 3D.
Prometheus.
I actually
I don't know, a 3D thing.
I didn't watch Prometheus in 3D, and I never will. I hate 3D movies, but Spy Kids 3D was very good. And
the movies, Despicable Me Too.
The movies with the 3D
Me Too's 3D
gimmick,
crazy.
You know what I mean? Like the movies with like that 3D gimmick where they're throwing shit at the screen or they're like,
no.
It's always bad.
There is an audience for it, generally between the ages of 1 and 10. But I think what your statement should have been is, name me a good horror movie in 3D. Or a good like suspense movie in 3D, or anything that's supposed to be on the more mature level. Name one that is good, because
that's kind of what I was getting at with this.
I mean, Prometheus technically can qualify as one.
Yeah, but I would never watch Prometheus in 3D. I would have no reason. I'd rather just watch.
And I would highly tell you that is inaccurate and foolish to say, because Prometheus isn't like, whoa, shit's coming out at us. No, you can literally like just feel the depth of like it's shot differently. It's not in a shitty gimmicky way. It's just the screen feels deep, like not shit coming out at you, or we gotta hit this fucking mark perfectly or reshoot it 10 times.
I'll give it a shot, but I still
trust me,
prefer movies non-3D.
Oh yeah, no, I like 10 times out of 10, I will go see a 2D version. I'm just saying, when I had to see Prometheus in theaters, 3D was the only option, and it's 3D surprised the fuck out of me, because it was actually really fucking good.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll give her a go. But
I guess 9 times out of 10, though, when a movie has the 3D fucking gimmick, it's not good. It just comes off cringy.
Saw
and this is the exception.
Saw is a movie that should never have had that title. Period.
Yeah.
Which title? 7, 3D, or Final Chapter? Because it honestly shouldn't have Final Chapter either.
Yes. Final Chapter, 3D. The 3D subtitle should never have been put on a Saw movie. Period.
Yeah, that's true.
Shouldn't have been put on Friday the 13th either, even though that was just like straight up goofy. But a Saw movie as gritty and dark, that was my first notice. Was this is the first and only movie I think that I can think of in my head that doesn't have that like grainy like grit to the whole thing, the really dark. I'm pretty sure it opens up with probably the brightest scene in any Saw movie, and the most people in any Saw movie altogether, not in a trap. And automatically that scene alone caused me to be completely detached. I thought it was a parody, actually. I thought, like, originally when I was watching this, I thought this was a parody of the Saw movies. Until I seen Jigsaw in the movie, I was like, huh, okay. I guess.
From the opening trap just being what it was, which was fucking absolute garbage and made no fucking sense. Why would, like... no, since you brought it up, like something with the lighting, there's something like some filter that they're using in this or something that makes it look just so fucking cheap. Like the colors look fucking kind of drowned out, like slightly.
Pink blood.
Oh god, don't even get me started on the Giallo blood. Because like in a Giallo movie, I'm okay with that. In a Saw movie, I do not want to see like that fucking neon colored fucking type of blood. Because it just does not fucking work. Absolutely fucking stupid.
Everything felt like it was made of plastic in this movie. Like everything.
Yeah.
The people, the fucking traps, the fucking effects. Like, some of the practical effects were cool, I'm not gonna lie, but that's just the practical effect thing. That's not anything to do with this movie whatsoever. I would say that about any practical effects that are done well, you know? But, like, dude, what the fuck were you thinking making this movie? Like, who the fuck was in charge of this shit? Like, I don't understand how you could just think to yourself, wow, this is a good idea. No, it fucking wasn't. And it never will be.
I've got a theory, because I feel like there was 2 major things that this movie did accomplish in all of its fucking failures, and I mean literally all of its goddamn failure, is we finally got to see the reverse bear trap go off, first off. Yeah. Even if it was the bright pink fucking Giallo blood. But then also, and I don't know if you guys would remember this, just because you guys probably weren't super into them as they were airing, But Dr. Gordon being kicked around as still alive was a big ongoing thing back then, like huge fucking. So it needed to confirm or deny that Dr. Gordon was still alive. Now, the problem that I think they did was they only had those two things that they need. Nobody gave a fuck about Hoff. Nobody gave a fuck about this new goddamn detective that they introduced in the final chapter, too, keep in mind. So they're like, fuck, we've got to do these two things. What else can we do? Let's throw some racists in there getting killed. Yeah, fuck yeah. Let's have a guy run through this game, and you know what? He's gonna be the worst motherfucker ever. He's not gonna save anybody. His acting's gonna be awful. Yeah. Let's throw some shit at the fucking camera and make it 3D. We're gonna make our money back. Yeah. That's
we're gonna put the lesser known of the two guys from Boondock Saints through the game. Yeah. That'll get people in there.
Hell yeah. Also, they grabbed Chester Bennington, of course, rest in peace, for this one. And
yeah!
It's also because Chester is probably one of the most famous people on the planet at the time, with Linkin Park just being fucking massive as all hell.
Yeah.
I think they had just put out... when did New Divide come out? Was that year?
No, New Divide was in 2009. This would have been thousands.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Anyway, I digress. He's a big fucking deal. Everybody loves Chester as well, I think. He's just kind of one of those people that everybody loved, and then seeing him in a movie was just kind of hype.
It was awesome to see the racists get their shit.
Yeah, it's always fun. Yeah. It's always fun to see racists get killed in a movie. Like I will never deny that. But this was just a bad movie. It was a bad movie all around. I have nothing really good to say about it other than seeing Chester in a movie was cool. And that's just because I love Chester Bennington. I don't really. Yeah. He was a shit actor. I'm not gonna lie. His acting was not great, but
there are very small.
It was cool to see in a movie, but
there's very small moments in this movie that I thought were cool, but like small individual, pretty insignificant moments, like when Dr. Gordon goes back into the bathroom and he's walking out and he sees his fucking decaying foot on the ground. I don't know why, but the image of that, like the thought of that, fucked with me when I first saw this movie. I was like, damn, can you imagine going through something that traumatic where you have to cut off your own foot, you escape with your life, and then you come back to that same place and your foot is still there, just decayed on the floor. That's fucked.
That must
There's
have
my
made
fucking foot.
That must have made it 10 times more satisfying for him to put Hoffman in there, though.
Yeah.
Is the fact that his rotting foot was still in that fucking room.
Adam is just slumped over in the corner.
Dead.
It's wild. Yeah, the new detective. God, I fucking hate that.
Ass.
He's like, his acting is up there with the dark-haired chick from 5. Like, that scene where he's interrogating Jill and he just starts calling her crazy is so funny. He's like, what does he say? He's like, I knew you were crazy. I knew you were crazy the moment I laid eyes on you. Crazy. Fucking crazy bitch.
Yeah, Gibson was fucking awful, and I don't understand where they thought they were going, because if you don't introduce like brand new fucking characters that are supposed to anchor the whole fucking movie for the final movie in a fucking franchise, you just don't.
Well,
and then he just dies.
Yeah, he just gets shot with fucking like a turret pops up and fucking shoots him. That's anticlimactic.
He gets killed by a Payday 2 turret.
Oh, God. And the franchise is not even over yet. Because we still got more movies coming out in the franchise.
To be fair, this was the last one for a while.
Yeah.
This was... They were doing every couple of years at this point. This was the last one for a while.
Yeah.
They went 2004 through 2010, did not miss a year, and then Jigsaw came out in 2017.
Yeah. Well, regardless, this is not good.
The fucking series needed that reboot because this was rough.
Final thoughts on Saw. fucking 7. It is the worst Saw. And like,
Yeah.
I hate this fucking movie. Literally despise this fucking movie.
It sucks that something as iconic as the bear trap is finally actually used in this one, because this movie was so shit. But like, it was cool to see the bear trap finally get used. And the fact that it was on Jill was also just as fucked up and degrading as it should have been, you know. But yeah, what a shame. What a shame. It sucks because like it was cool to see some of the traps within 4, 5, 6, and 7. Like some of the traps were really cool to see, and I'm glad that we got to see some of those traps. But at the same time, they should have stopped at 3. They should have stopped at 3.
I agree. I'm glad that we got the 3 movies that come after this, but this whole section of the Saw franchise, 4 through 7, didn't need to exist. It really didn't.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, if you have to scramble ideas together to keep your franchise going, maybe just let it die.
Yeah. Some things just need to be laid to rest, and that resting place is just where they're going to be happy, man. Just fucking stop making the fucking movies, dude.
And even though I do enjoy the 3 movies that have come since, I'm still kind of just like, can we just let it, like, as much as I will be the first one in the movie theater to see a new Saw movie, at the same time, can we just not? Like, you're grasping for straws now. You're doing prequels, you're doing fucking, like, spin-offs and shit. Like,
eventually it's going to turn into retconning an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
Multiverse.
Sooner or later, Doctor Strange is going to pop up in a fucking post-credit scene, and he's going to be like, there's been an incursion.
It's going to be a multiverse. All 3 Spider-Man are going to be there. Bully Maguire is going to be there with Steven Seagal or some shit. I don't know. It's going to be wild. But it's going to be in a Saw movie.
Bully Maguire and Steven Seagal. You know what? I'd watch that. That's the only way I'm gonna be okay with a new Saw movie, is if Steven Seagal and Tobey Maguire are both in it.
Yeah, I want to see more celebrities in traps, guys. More big name celebrities. That's what I want to see. No, I'm just kidding. Please leave it alone. Please let it die. Anyway, any final thoughts on Saw 4, 5, 6, or 7? Or all of them together, I guess.
2 of the 4 that we talked about today were good. 2 of the other 2 are fucking awful and the worst of the franchise.
Agreed.
That's facts.
Agreed.
That is unfortunately facts.
And we will revisit those when we do our final Saw video where we have our ranking of the Saw movies, which I feel like most of ours are probably going to be pretty close. I feel like we have probably a pretty unanimous dynamic here when it comes to the Saw movies for the most part. Couple outliers maybe, but
especially at the bottom, like the bottom. It'll be the same.
Anyway,
are you wanting to do like a whole separate video on that, or are you wanting to just do it at the end of?
No, we could just do it at the end of the Spiral, Jigsaw, and 10 one, I think.
I'll have to just rip through it then.
Well, yeah, I mean, but this one we had 4 movies. Next one's only 3 movies, and then we could always just take up that 4th movie slot with our ranking. Because we don't have to, like, go through each one individually. We could just be like, this is our list of rank, you know? Because we already have talked about all of them at that point, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if anybody wants our direct opinions on any of them, they can just go back and watch these if they want further deep dives, you know what I'm saying? But
that's true.
But anyway, thank you all for watching. If you've watched this far ahead, I appreciate it. Derek appreciates it. Toby appreciates it. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We thoroughly enjoy making these episodes. These are fun to talk about, especially when we don't really get to talk much outside of Messenger and stuff. We talk through messages pretty much a lot more than we talk about anything else. Or if we're on a game together, we talk a lot, but it's cool to do a deep dive about these subjects because most of the time when we're talking about these things, it's through messages or something, or through Snapchat. So it's cool to get you guys' like actual upfront opinions, you know, face to face. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, if you want to check this out on Spotify, this will also be on Spotify. If you are listening to this on Spotify, it is also on YouTube if you would like to see our beautiful faces while we talk about it instead. Make sure you hit us up on there. Also, if you are listening to us on Spotify, make sure you give us a solid review. That would be cool. Throw our stuff into the algorithm, of course, and give us some 5 stars, guys. Let us know what we can improve on. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Let us know what subjects you would like to hear about, and yeah, we'll discuss that further and see if we can possibly get an episode or 2 up about the stuff that you guys suggest. Also, for the first, I think it's the first couple weeks, I'm sure it's up, or maybe it's the first week, there's polls on these episodes on Spotify. I've been trying to put a poll on each of them, so there's a little bit of interaction from the viewers and so forth, or listeners in this case. So yeah, check out those polls as well. Most of the earlier episodes probably don't have a poll anymore, but I try to put a poll on each one of these. Just something fun to do. And yeah, leave us a comment. Come talk to us in the chat, in the comments on both of these. You can comment on Spotify as well. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.